Namaste. Many times the question arises, what is the difference between destiny and free will? So this video is about that, what is destiny and what is free will. In a very simple language I will try to explain. Now when we say destiny, it is something which happens in our life, which is already there, over which we may not have much control. Now for example, a person's skin color is his or her destiny, the height of a person is destiny, and certain features, facial features, appearance, this can be also called destiny, and the kind of family a person is born in is also destiny. But where does free will come in here? When we talk about height, we cannot do much about it. It is destiny and that's it. But when we talk about weight is not only destiny, free will is also involved there. So if a person is a little bit obese, let us say, then if the person says this is my destiny and I have to just endure it, then nothing is going to change. But there the person has the free will to do something about it. So free will is where you take the choice, you take the decision that this is my destiny, but this is how I am going to try and change it, or this is my choice. Sometimes you are at a crossroads, you don't know what to do, but you decide that okay, I want to make it like this, and that is called free will. And free will can definitely make your destiny also a little smoother to endure and a little easier to practice, easier to go through. So let us look at one or two examples like that. Now another one is marriage. Many people say marriage is destiny. You know, what kind of wife you get, or what kind of husband you get, what kind of married life you get, everything is destiny. We may agree on that, marriage is destiny. But how you make the marriage go? Very often it is only working on free will, because I do a lot of counseling. I see people for marriage counseling also. So many times I have found that when you talk to them, you can understand that one of the two, or sometimes even both of them, they make a lot of mistakes. They do not respect the other person. They do, they fight and quarrel unnecessarily, or they take wrong decisions and blame the other person, or many things like this. So all this will not help a marriage to work. So destiny can take you to that stage where you get married. But after that, how you make that relationship go, how you make it work, very often it is in your hands. Of course, sometimes there are situations which you cannot change. But even in a situation like that, how you take it, how you respond, that is decided by your free will only. That is what we must understand. And in this, there's a very interesting thing I would like to tell you. So a very simple example. If you take the flight. Now when a person goes by flight, okay, going by flight, maybe we can call it destiny. We can say, okay, today this person is traveling by flight and that is his destiny, that's fine. But how he enjoys that flight, or how he endures that flight, is again his free will. I have seen people really enjoying a flight, I travel so much by flight. So I see people really enjoying. They know how to make themselves comfortable. They know how to really enjoy everything in the flight. But at the same time, there are people who get so worried about the flight, and they will not even relax while sitting. So you are there on the flight, and that is destiny. You can't change anything until you get down. But you can relax, you can be with a smiling face, you can smile at the hostess or air hostess, or smile at the person next to you instead of keeping a very grumpy face. Sometimes I think going one step beyond this, our destiny, our free will is something we can understand, because as I said, destiny is already there, but with free will you can make choices which can make your path better. That is the difference between destiny and free will. But there are times when our free will can make the other person's destiny a little easier. It may sound very weird, but it does happen. Once I was on a domestic flight, there were two seats, so another gentleman came and sat next to me, and immediately the flight had not taken off. He was on the phone. I think it was the first time he was traveling by flight, maybe first or second time. He was talking to somebody, and it was more like he was talking to his wife only. It sounded like that, because sitting so close, though I did not want to listen to the conversation, the words they were just coming into my ears. I couldn't help myself. So he was telling somebody that yes, I've boarded the flight and I'm seated also. And I think that person was asking whether it is a window seat. That's why I thought maybe it is the first time he's traveling. First time it is exciting to sit near the window seat. Now later on that excitement of course wears off. So he was telling that person at the other end that no, I didn't get a window seat, I am sitting on the other side. I heard this and I was sitting near the window. See, for me, sitting near the window is not so exciting because so many times I've traveled by flight, so I really don't bother much about it. So I heard this and I was sitting, I said, now what do I do? For him, it might mean a lot if he is able to sit near the window. And for me, it doesn't really make a difference whether I sit on the aisle seat or the window seat. But every time I get into a flight, it is generally my habit to use my headphones and listen to some meditation. I just like to relax like that because it's very nice to do it. There are no interference, no worries. So I was about to start my meditation. So I said, first let me finish my meditation, and I listened to the meditation fully. Once that was over, I was also feeling very nice. The flight had already taken off. Then I just looked at that gentleman and I said, do you want to exchange seats? Would you like to come and sit this side? You should have seen that happiness on his face. He never expected it. But that great, sudden smile which broke out on his face, it was really rewarding. And he said, okay ma'am, if you don't mind. I said, no, I don't mind. I will sit that side. Please come here. So we exchanged seats and he sat near the window. And immediately he took out his phone again and started taking pictures and videos of the flight going, and then the landing also. At that time he was taking. So I knew he's going to show those pictures or send them home, and they are going to feel very happy about it. So I was thinking, this small decision that I took, it definitely made his flight better. It definitely made him very happy, and definitely that happiness will spill over to his family members also. So there you see, the destiny was that he was to sit on the aisle seat and I was to sit at the window seat. But my free will, when I used it and I said, no, let me make him happy. Let that happiness also go to his family member, whoever was speaking to him on the phone. So when I offered him this seat and he came this side, I was also feeling very happy. So many times we have the free will to change the destiny of somebody else, make it better. And if that opportunity comes to you, never miss it. Never miss it, because it is so gratifying to see someone feeling happy for small things like this. These are things which we can always do. But many times on flights I have seen, very rarely, because most of the time I do the check-in online and I select my seat and all that. But I have seen people, sometimes probably they don't do the online check-in, or maybe they could not get the aisle seat or the window seat. There would be one lady sitting in the middle seat, and on both sides there will be two gentlemen. Of course, there's nothing wrong about it, but there is a little discomfort for all of them. So if the lady can sit on one side, then maybe the other two people can be a little more comfortable. Sometimes the lady, or sometimes it's a gentleman in the middle and two ladies on two sides. I've seen that also many times. So the person who is in the middle will ask them, can we exchange? But both will be so adamant and say, no, I don't want to exchange. I will sit only here. So I used to think, what is there if you exchange? What is there if you make it a little more comfortable for the other person? So this is just an example to tell you that destiny is always there, but we have the free will to change it a little bit or make it a little easier, either for ourselves or for another person also. And here there is another very powerful example that I would like to give you. This is about a lady who came to me for counseling. She was working in a huge factory where about 1,000 people were working, and there was a manager there, a very elderly gentleman who had been working in that concern for more than 25 years, and who is almost like a father figure to all the people there, because he's been there for a long time. This lady had joined only about 6 months back, and she was doing her work there. And one day what happened is, in the morning, her husband, who was always suspicious about her, he kept asking her, why are you dressing up so nicely today? Why are you wearing lipstick today? Why are you trying to look good today? So are you going out for coffee with somebody? This was the question he asked in the morning. So this lady was very disturbed with what her husband asked, and with that she was there in the office. She went to this manager's room to leave some file there. At that point, the manager looked at her. He got up and he looked at her, and he could make out that she was unhappy. So he asked her, what's wrong? Why are you looking so unhappy? I'm going to the canteen to have coffee. Do you want to come with me? You can talk to me. And when he said this, she remembered what her husband asked. He said, with whom are you going out for coffee? So somewhere, it just broke her, and she started crying. She came out of the room totally in tears. At that time, the PR manager came, and who was a lady, she came and she caught her coming out like this and said, what's wrong? She said, no, the manager asked me to come out to the canteen for coffee with him, and and she started crying. You know, it almost looked like harassment. So this PR lady took her inside her room and she said, now you write a complaint about the manager, I will take action. But this lady was confused. She was not sure the manager did anything wrong. So she said, no, I don't want to write a complaint. But the PR lady already had some problem with the manager. So she was trying to force this lady to write a complaint. But this one said, I will just come back and do it. And she came home. And then the next day she didn't go to office. She came to me and she said, now what do I do? See, here a person's reputation is hanging. You know, because hanging with whatever this lady says, it's going to take a totally different turn. So I asked this lady, do you really think the manager was trying to harass you or was trying to make any advances towards you? She said, no, nothing like that. He is such a nice person. He's a gem of a person. He's like a father to many of us, all of us there. And that day I was in a state of mind where I was totally confused. So when he said, come and have coffee with me, let us talk, it just, you know, whatever my husband said clicked in my mind, and I got totally disturbed and I cried. But I know that he did not do anything wrong. Then I said, then why do you have to give a complaint? She said, the PR person is pressurizing me. Then I said, see, you have to make a decision whether you will spoil somebody's life or not. It amounts to that, because he didn't do anything wrong from what you are telling me. But if you go and give a complaint now, then you are going to completely ruin his life. So do you want to do that? Then this lady started thinking. She said, no, I don't want to do that. I said, then you can be firm and say you do not want to give a complaint and leave it at that. And you can even go and apologize to him and tell him, sorry, I was in a different state of mind, and finish it off there. So then she was a little more clear and she went back. I was thinking what a big catastrophe was averted. Otherwise, what would have happened? You know, today things are taken very seriously. When a woman goes and complains that somebody harassed me by asking me to come for coffee, today the whole picture is different. So you see, it was destiny that she went in and he asked that question and she also cried and all that. But it was her free will to decide whether she will make it look bad and ruin his life, or completely, you know, forget it and move on in life. So that way, many times in life, we have a choice. We have the free will to make a choice, to let things go and move on in life, and not allow others to get affected, and more importantly, not allow ourselves to get affected. So destiny is always there, but we have the free will to make some changes to make destiny easier for us or even for somebody else. Think about it.